Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is HD, and it's time for game number 3 between Dice and vile.Hawk. I was about to conjoin the two names and just call them, you know, Hawk, but that wasn't going to work out. So it's Dice versus vile.Hawk here, ZVZ once again, of course, and it's going to be on Shakura's Plateau, big macro map, and they've spawned cross spawn. So, you know, I was talking about, once again, I just want to talk about coins for a second here. I've actually got a dollar coin sitting right in front of me, very cool. But yeah, you know, on one side of the coin, we've got the stable ZVZ matchup. On the other side of the map, on the other side of the coin, we have the volatile ZVZ matchup. So far, we've seen pretty volatile games from both these players, with game 1 hinting at a possible stable match until the very end, when Dice decided to go for Metalisks. And unfortunately, Metalisks don't exactly translate to a stable match, because any unit that dies too quickly typically means it's a volatile unit, and the majority of Zerg units are very flimsy, for lack of a better word. They're fragile, they need to be packaged and handled very carefully, and they break. They're like very cheap China dishware, and so you need to be very careful with Zerg units. However, the Roach is a little bit more sturdy, it's built for tough, and it can handle a little bit more of a beating, a little bit more abuse. So we haven't really seen too much of a late game Roach play as of yet. You know, game 1 we saw Metalisks, game 2 we saw the 10 pool actually from both players, I believe, which was quite awesome. And thinking back, I think 10 pool was the build they both went for, because, you know, that's Xel'Naga Caverns, and Xel'Naga Caverns is a map that's very hard to play macro ZVZ on because the rush distance is so close. So a lot of times Zerg players will go for that quick pull, quick gas, and try to do a lot of early aggression with Lings. No, here we have both players on Shakura's Plateau, so we will most likely see a macro game from both these players. Obviously, the pressure is on Dice. He's got to perform, and you got to wonder what he's thinking right now. He's down 2 games. He's got to perform in this game, or he's out of the tournament. It's going to be kaput for him. Kaput. And he's going to have to figure something out. Hawk, though, is going to be going for the gas and pool. Gas on 14, pool on 14, it seems like. So he's going to have a little bit of early Lings coming out here. Whereas Dice decided to go for that 15 hatch or somewhat early hatch. I believe it's a 15 hatch. So Dice opening up with the advantage in terms of build order. He should be able to get Lings out to defend against these 4 Lings in the travel time it takes for Hawk to be able to run across the map. Remember, guys, travel time is pretty big in StarCraft 2, and this is what you have to account for when you're playing a matchup. The build order can counter another build order given the travel time, so you don't necessarily need to open up with the same gas and pool as a player opening up with one earlier than you, as long as you account for travel time and you get your Zerglings out at the right amount of time. So we do have Zerglings coming out here for Dice. He should be able to fend off these 4 Zerglings relatively easily. Hawk going for an unusual target there, trying to get the larva, but that thing is going to take literally an age and a half to kill. It has like 200 something armor or something ridiculous like that, and Dice is going to engage here. Surprising he's not bringing his queen down to assist. In fact, surprising he doesn't have a queen out yet. There we go, there's a queen on the way right now, so it's going to come out just momentarily. But Dice needs to be very careful of how he plays this. He doesn't want to overcommit in Zerglings, and he certainly doesn't want to, he doesn't want to allow those Lings to run into his main either. So he's got to play it carefully. He does have the Roach Warren up as expected, and now he has Roaches out. Now, the difficulty of playing in this position is you don't really know what units Hawk is producing. And yes, you're gonna have Roaches to defend, but you cannot really push out from the natural. You've got to leave the Roaches to defend. You have to play a very defensive game, and you in turn are actually kind of rolling the dice as well. You're hoping your opponent isn't going for some kind of mass all-in Ling style build. And one thing that really helps kind of lower the amount that you're gambling with is leaving Overlords on the map. And you guys can see Dice has a lot of Overlords out. He can see what Lings are coming out. He has an Overlord behind, there we go, behind the natural as well. So he sees the hatchery going up, and from that he can kind of deduce, okay, most likely not all in Lings. I mean, it's a possibility, but I'm gonna I'm gonna play it safe. I'm not gonna overproduce too many Roaches, just enough to deal with Lings possibly running up the ramp. And from here on out, he's gonna try to play a macro game. So as it stands, Hawk has he has map control right now. He's got roaches across the map. He has the natural now up and mining. He has a slight economic advantage, and that's no doubt going to translate into further units down the road. But at this point, we may actually have a macro ZVZ on our hands. Unbelievably so. An non-volatile ZVZ. That's going to be pretty fun. Finally. But wait. I may have counted my eggs too quickly before they were put in the basket. It looks like DICE is producing a significant number of links. Oh my god, he's producing... Oh no, he's going for the Roachling all-in here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Roachling all-in, and... Hawk sees the roaches coming, but he doesn't see the links. How intelligent of DICE to move out with the roaches first to prevent those scouting links from seeing the links, and he's running the links around the downside, the south side as well, from down under, so the links will not be seen by the Overlord. No, he actually saw a little bit right here out of the little corner, so does he have enough to defend against us? It remains to be seen, but the links are getting ready to run in, and DICE is going for the all-in here, so this is the strategy that he has been brewing up in the back of his head after going 0-2 against Hawk. And is it going to work? That is certainly a lot of roaches. This is going to be very epic, and I don't know who's going to come out ahead. DICE has, I don't know if he's got enough roaches. Oh, a lot of roaches going down now. Drone's getting pulled off the line as well, and DICE has to fall back. Hawk holds the all-in. Hawk holds the all-in. What a play by Hawk. And, considering that he had very delayed scouting intelligence, he was able to get his units out just in the nick of time. I mean, seriously, that was a crisis situation, clutch 101. How to handle the Roachling all-in, no problem. The guide to handling with cheese, and he's the cheese handler, man. He's done quite a good job so far. He's even being so bold as to push out with his roaches. And some links aren't going to be able to run in. No! Wow, what a hold by Hawk. That queen was like, move, itch, get out the way, get out the way, get out of the way. So he pretty much sang a little bit of ludicrous right there, and he prevented those links from running in. Well done by vile.Hawk. And I can't help but feel now that Hawk is poised to go right into the grand finals. Oh no, DICE is producing so many spine crawlers. Does he really think he's going to win this game by producing that much static defense? Well, I guess when you think about it, if he doesn't produce those spine crawlers, he is going to die, because Hawk is just going to run up his ramp and kill him. So right now DICE is in survival mode, trying to do what he can. It certainly won't help if he ends up losing an Overlord. Oh no, that queen is actually attacking a Zergling. Excuse me, guys. So Zergling ends up running in, gets a scout off. Oh! Gets a scout, and it's gonna run into a dead end, and the queen's gonna kill it. So that's the end of that little Zergling. And here comes Hawk, waiting to end this game. And oh no, DICE has to pull drones off the line as well. He really doesn't have any units at all, just buying time for his links to pop out. And I do not see any way of how he can come back in this game. Hawk is gonna go on to the grand finals of the GameCom Plantronics tournament. And Hawk with a very cold, calculating way of playing ZVZ. Showing almost no mistake at all. I mean, I really saw a flawless style from Hawk, and that just goes to show why he is on Vile, and why he's such a good player. So great game by Hawk. He is going to go on to the grand finals to play I don't know who yet, because I'm going to be broadcasting those games next. So I hope you guys stay tuned and wait and find out, because those games are coming out right after this. And once again, I just want to thank everybody for, supporting GameCom Plantronics, registering to play in their tournament. Of course, I want to thank GameCom Plantronics themselves. Great guys, organizing a StarCraft 2 tournament, getting their name out there in the scene, getting StarCraft 2 more recognized around the world by giving away these awesome headsets and other great prizes that they're doing. So, brilliant job there, guys. And of course, at the end of the day, I want to thank you guys, the fans, for following me, subscribing me, and continuing to watch these StarCraft 2 videos. Without you guys, I really wouldn't be able to do it. So thanks a lot, guys. That's going to be it for me for now. And following this will be the next semifinal. It'll be semifinal B between I don't know who and I don't know who. So let's go ahead and find out. HD signing out.